Sarnia-Lambton today for Monday, October 6th. Good evening, I'm Marlon Gomez. As we head into Thanksgiving, many families are facing the added stress of rising cost, and our next guest is working to ease that burden. For our community, the Inn of the Good Shepherd's annual Thanksgiving Food Drive has officially kicked off, and joining us to talk about the campaign and the growing need for their services is Executive Director Myles Vanni. Myles, thank you for being here.
Good evening. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, no worries. So why don't we start a chat with the food drive, which kicked off officially yesterday. How is it going so far, and what are the specific goals for this year?
Well, we're just starting to see some food come in. Some actually started to come in last week, which is always encouraging. We're hoping to raise about 25 to 30,000 pounds, which is about a half a month's supply of food, which is pretty dramatic when you think how much food we go through. But it's a significant time for us, the Thanksgiving Food Drive, because the summer's a very quiet period for donations. People are thinking holidays, they're not thinking hunger. And so donations drop off. So we're hoping to kind of rebuild that to help us get through to the next big event, which will be the Christmas season.
Right. And is there any main message or theme for this campaign, specifically for this year or overall every year that you guys have? Well,
I think folks generally are really good at special times, at donating at Easter, at Christmas, at those kind of celebrations. But we have to remember people have to eat all year round. So, but these kinds of events help us to build up to kind of get through the lower periods. But we are seeing a significant number more of people coming into the food bank. 3 years ago, we were serving about 1,850 people. We're up to 2,200 people a month accessing the food bank. And that just shows the challenges that families are facing because of the higher costs of living, the higher cost of housing, the higher cost of food. And that's really impacting, their day-to-day living.
You already touched on the fact that there's been an increase on, about 2,200 people, and that's up from 1,800 people using the end. But what are some common reasons that you hear from people coming in as to why they have to use it?
Sure. I think most common is just the cost of food, and particularly the cost of housing has doubled in the last 8 years. But I think there's also some myths about who uses the food bank. I think often you hear this, they're just too lazy to get a job. Well, the reality is about 65 to 70% of the people that are using the food bank are either working, often 2 or 3 part-time jobs, or they're on a pension, a disability pension, or a retirement pension. So they've already worked a lifetime, they physically can't work, or they're already working. And that's who we see most at the food bank, and that's really, it's those families that we're trying to give that little bit of a hand up for.